Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors, America's only daily outdoor TV show. Your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors. I'm Winston Chester. I'm glad to hear this morning. Friday, everybody's getting ready for a big weekend in outdoors. But first, let's have a good show in Panhandle Outdoors and get you ready. Our weather brought to us by Haney Technical Center at the corner of Baldwin Highway 7 and 7. It's going to be a pretty weekend. It really is. We've had a real tough weekend the last couple weekends, but this weekend is going to be nice. Today's high is going to be 88, low is going to be 71, and water temperatures are still at 84 degrees. It's hung around 84 degrees all week long. Let's take a look at our river readings. The Apalachicola at Bluntstown this is brought to us by Watson's Landing Marina. The Apalachicola Bluntstown is looking like we said yesterday. It's low, folks. It's at it has jumped from 0.9 to 1.1, so it's really going up. So be careful out there. But Apalachicola is low. The Choctahatchee at Caryville, it's going to be reading. It's still dropping out this morning. It's going to be reading a 3.5. Should be both rivers be pretty this weekend. And I don't know if all the flies were blown off the willow trees and all that with that storm and all. If not, there's going to be some good fly fishing the next couple of weeks on the river system. I can promise you that. Okay, take a look at our tide chart brought to us by Kent Forest Lawn Funeral Home and Cemetery. Today's high tide is 3:20 in the morning, and the low tide is at 3:02 this afternoon, like exactly 12-hour range right there. And we got like I said yesterday, neap tide sort of. It's not neap tides, it's not real strong tides. It's sort of what I call in-between tides. We've got about a 1.4 foot range today. All right, let's go ahead and do our time for today. Since we're doing the fishing forecast at the end of the show, our fishing game times looking at on the screen there, 6:33 to 8:33 this morning, and tonight at 6:58 to 8:58. And our marine forecast will be east southeast at about 5 to 10. So we all set with our weather. We're going to have it where we go inside or outside. So it's going to be some good weather. So let's go ahead and take our break, and we'll be right back. All right, welcome back, and welcome to our guest this morning, Richard Eldridge. Good morning.
Good morning.
Jerry Harvey.
Good morning.
Glad to have y'all. Now, I've known Richard quite some time back in the Mosley days, and actually graduated when I took that group there. Y'all liked the outdoors, didn't you?
Yes, we did.
They still do.
Yeah.
Okay, these guys have got a unique idea and a really good situation here. They're doing starting a bass tournament going, and I talked to Richard not too long ago. Something down at ICAST. Yep. That's something else, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
That's amazing. But we've been talking, and they're going to have a meeting here Tuesday night. But first, before we get into the big bass tournament, y'all tell us a little bit about yourself. Jerry, tell us.
Hey, well, I'm Jerry Harvey. I'm raised here in Panama City. I was been in construction. I was a plumbing contractor. Recently, I just moved back to the U.S. We went out of the country since 2008 to take care of my wife's parents. We just recently moved back, and a lot of people, of course, know me here in Panama City. Yeah. But now, we our new venture is this the bass trail, what we're putting on now.
How long you been fishing?
I've been fishing since the late 80s. I started tournament fishing.
All right, all right.
Yeah. And I'm Richard. I've been here, 47 years.
Okay.
Yeah, I was born and raised here. I went to Mosley High School, graduated, like he said, with Chip. And just loved the sport of bass fishing. I was a roofing contractor for many, many years, and just got too hard of work to try to do. and we started promoting tournament events, and that's what we do.
Well, how long have you been bass fishing?
Since the late 80s. As a matter of fact, me and Jerry met. That's how we become friends. It was in Bay County Bass Club.
The old Bay County Bass Club.
Yep.
That was some good boys. That was some good fishermen. That first group.
Yep.
One of the original groups, here in Panama City.
Who were some of those guys in there?
Bobby Bromwell.
Bobby.
Yeah, Bobby Bromwell.
Bobby Smith.
Bobby Smith.
Yeah.
That was a good group. All right. Well, now we got this. We're going to call it a hog wild bass tour. Yeah. Tell us the concept of it and how you got it started.
Well, basically, like we were saying, me and Jerry met in Bay County Bass Club, and we fished a lot of tournaments together. And back then, you had all kinds of big field events. You'd go fish a tournament, it really meant something to go fish it. Mm-hmm. And so as years passed, we kind of had to get out of it, because had kids and stuff like that, and had to get rid of her boats and stuff. And when my kids started getting old enough to want to go fishing, I bought a new boat, was ready to go fishing, go out there and fish, and there wasn't nothing to fish. Or there was stuff to fish, there just wasn't enough boats to fish it. So we took it upon ourselves to bring something to the public so that they can fish, you know, and that paid out enough money for it and it'd be worth them fishing.
Okay. So y'all just kept fine-tuning it and working on it?
Right. And we do those big fish tournaments every year, and everybody loves them because we pay out every hour.
Yeah.
And we promised everybody that we had been working on this trail for about 7 years, and if we could get 100 boats in this last trail, that we would put this on. And we wound up with 152 boats in this last event.
Wow.
So
Blew that one out of the water.
You know what I see about bass fishing is you don't only have these old timers, you know, that's been doing it all the time. You get a lot of young boys and girls coming into it. Y'all seeing that?
Thing about it is nowadays we becoming the old time.
There you
Yeah.
go. I'll turn around all of a sudden.
Yeah, right.
But a lot of young people are still hanging with it. I get
and
it.
more and more now, because now you have the colleges and the high schools.
And high school, I just got
fishing
word recently, yesterday, matter of fact, of one of the students that emailed me or texted me that Mose is starting a bass club. I know Rutherford's trying to start one. I know Bozeman, and I know Blunt. Panhandle is the ideal place for bass clubs.
right.
So y'all know that.
There's a big field in this area of the Panhandle.
Yeah.
And what we're trying to do is pull everybody back together to get everybody back in.
This is really good. And you're going to sort of center it in around the Eufaula, Seminole area?
Lake Seminole and Lake Eufaula.
Okay.
We'll have 2 events off of Eufaula, and then the rest of the events will be off in Seminole.
Yep.
And what we're trying to do is, with the field that we have, is, you know, what we've been seeing is a lot of these tournaments, you know, you get the same 5 and 6 guys winning every time. And so you see all these other guys that love to fish and love to tournament fish, but they can't compete, or they're always one place out of the money, and it winds up costing them too much money. So what we've done is even the playing field and started paying out a lot more. We pay out literally 6 tournaments in one, with 6 different payouts.
This is a unique concept. Now, we're talking about it before the show. Now we're going to take a break, and then we're going to come back and explain to you why this is so unique. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back, folks. Sitting here with Richard Eldridge and Jerry Harvey with the Hog Wild Bass Tour, and I asked them how they got the name Hog Wild, but that's another show. Okay. Now, here's the concept. Here's what makes this unique from all other bass tournaments. Tell us what you're going to do.
Okay, like we was talking earlier, you know, it's hard for, you know, just an average Joe, a weekend warrior, to go out there and compete against these guys that actually live on the lake, or they're retired, or, you know, they can fish more than the regular guy can. So what we've done is broke it down and even the playing field by doing a 3-fish weigh-in, and you can weigh in 2 times a day, and paying out 10 places for every weigh-in, plus a big fish for both quarters of each day. So, and it's a 4-quarter tournament, but we pay out 5 times.
That's the key to it right there. I mean, you hit a hot streak, and you come in and take advantage of it then.
Right, exactly.
And that's what happens to fishing.
And so what we've done, like I said, we did research and figured out that was one of our main problems. And the guys wanted to fish, but they just felt like they could compete. So what we're doing is we've drawn out a 280-mile radius around, right dead center between Lake Seminole and Lake Eufaula, and we've gone city to city having these angler meetings, and to explain the tour to the guys, to explain to them exactly what we're doing. And basically, once you go out and fish, if you're boat 1 and you take off, you can come in, and at 10 o'clock you have the option to come in and you can weigh in 3 fish. You can't have no more than 3 fish in your boat at any time.
Okay.
So, and then we'll pay out 10 places for that weigh-in. And it'll be 1,000 for first, all the way down to 300 for 10th place. And then we'll pay out up to a $2,500 big fish for that quarter. As soon as you get your weigh-in receipt, you go back out and you fish. At the end of the day, you can come back in and weigh in 3 more fish, and we're going to pay out that same 10 places.
So you actually got 4 quarters, don't you? So like a football game. First
Right.
quarter, second quarter, third quarter,
And
fourth
then-
quarter. And you can win, but unlike football, the final score don't matter what happens. You can win first quarter, second quarter. You can win.
Yeah, you can
All
win
this.
all of it.
Yeah.
And then if you get one big fish, because we pay out 5 different payouts
Yeah.
with 5 different big fish lunker pots.
Yeah.
You can win one fish. You know, you can win $2,500 for 1 quarter, and if that's the biggest fish overall, at the end of the second day, you can win another $2,500 for that same fish.
That's interesting.
So.
That's really good. And now we're going to have a meeting here locally. I know you've been meeting in Crestview. Where have y'all met so far? Just a lot of places in this 100-mile radius?
Let's see.
We had a meeting last night. Matter of fact, it was Crestview. The night before that, we were
Mariana.
Mariana, okay.
We've been as far as Tampa. I mean, we're going.
Yeah.
Well, we started out. We announced the Chipley meeting. We went to Chipley. We had a meeting in Chipley, and as soon as we announced it, we got like 17 phone calls in an hour from Tampa, Florida, wanting us to go down there and hold a meeting. And we went down there and signed up 9 teams from down there.
That's cool.
And what we're doing is committing the anglers to fish to draw the field, and we're, they're joining a membership, and that guarantees them a spot in the tour. Okay, and once they're guaranteed, they can go hunting, fishing, whatever, because we'll start these tournaments in February. And then we're just going to keep having these meetings until we fill our field of a cap of 250 boats. And that's a professional field. That's because we plan on having this a professional tournament drill within the first 3 seasons. So
That is cool. And the meeting here is going to be at Sun. I got the poster up there. It's going to be at Sunny's Tuesday night, right?
Right.
And the time will be 7
o'clock.
7 o'clock.
7 o'clock. And here's the thing: over $40,000 paid out per event.
Per event.
That's amazing.
Because once you go in and weigh in those 4 quarters, we're going to total up those weights. And so if you bring in 10 pounds every quarter, you'll have a collective total of 40 pounds.
Yeah.
And then we're going to pay out a $10,000 first place all the way back through 10th place again.
That makes a lot of sense. I'm going to give you the numbers here, okay? Jerry's number's right here, 839.
Yeah.
We got it here. Jerry's number. Jerry, tell them your number.
Okay, it's 850-819-2719.
Okay, we got it on the screen there. This is Jerry's number, and here's Richard's number.
It's 896-4340.
And then go online also we're going to go online to Big Pig Promotions.
Right.
BigPigPromotions.com or on Facebook at www.facebook.com/BigPigPromotions.
Big Pig Promotions.
Yep.
Okay, I really like that idea and all. And so now after the Panama City meeting, we got more meetings coming.
Yeah, we're going to Albany, Georgia.
Okay.
And then we're heading to I keep forgetting.
Oconee.
Lake-
It's up by Athens.
Athens. That's the one
Georgia.
that I keep.
Yeah.
I cannot remember that. For
So
some
the fishing will be in Seminole and Eufaula basically.
Right.
Which is that's a good. They ain't got to travel all over the place.
Right. Well,
And-
guys are coming. Guys are wanting to travel 6-7 hours to fish this event.
Yeah, they're driving 7 hours from Tampa, Florida, to go to Eufaula to fish.
Our boys right here should have a home field advantage now.
Exactly.
I'm serious.
And the other thing is, what I want everybody to understand is that if you can go out there and consistently catch 15 to 18 pounds on Seminole with 5 fish, normally that don't get you a check.
That's right.
But it usually takes 25 pounds to get a check. But if you take 2 of those fish away and a 25-pound sack, you got 15 pounds. If you got an 18-pound sack and you take your 2 smallest away, you still got 15 pounds.
That's true.
Now it's a race.
Yeah.
And-
And you just go run there, weigh them, and run back out fishing more. I like that.
Yeah.
Just running around. I like that idea. So I'm gonna try to cover some of y'all's weigh-ins and all if we get a chance. So this is good. Now, real quick, y'all are both bass fishermen. I always ask my guests to give a couple of fishing tips and all. What's the biggest bass you ever caught?
The biggest bass I ever caught was a little over 12 pounds. It was a pond out there off the beach. I'm not going to give them a spot.
Well, what's your secret of catching bass? What's the one?
I'm pretty versatile in when I fish,
Okay.
and I'm of course for several years now I haven't been competitive bass fishing, but I'm pretty versatile in
Versatile.
fishing.
All right, Richard. What's the biggest one you caught?
Almost 11, 10, 9 is my biggest.
Y'all caught some big ones.
Yeah. But like he, you know, you got to be versatile, and time on the water is the main thing. Being able to go fish and stay on the fish once you find them.
Does patience have much to do with it?
Yeah.
Well, it's fishing. It's not catching.
Well, where are your favorite? What's your favorite time of day to fish?
Well, mine personally, to tell you the truth, is the afternoon, where most people probably like morning, and I really like afternoon fishing.
That's interesting. Very good.
And I'm the same way. Of course, I like morning bite. I like that topwater bite. I like that explosion.
Yeah.
But then I like that around that 10 to 1 period, because that's when everything, you know, you get that slack right after the morning bite. Nothing's really biting, and then it starts picking back up around 9:30, 10 o'clock.
That's interesting. That's interesting. Okay, well, we're glad to have y'all on. If you have any questions now, you know, you got the phone numbers and all. Y'all keep me posted, and I'll pass on to it. And this is good. I want to congratulate y'all for coming up with this idea.
And I appreciate it. And one more thing, we do a sponsorship package, you know, for these anglers. So in our Angler of the Year points race, if they fish throughout the season, the top 25 teams will be offered one of 2 sponsorship packets. Okay. Which will wrap their boats, buy them jerseys.
Yeah.
They design their own jerseys and their own wraps for their boats, and they just put our sponsors on their boats.
Yeah.
And then we pay for their entry fees for the next season. So it's 25 teams, not just the Angler of the Year.
That's a good idea.
So.
A wrap boat just looks good on it.
Yeah.
All right, well, every Friday now, I'm going to let y'all help me out on this. We'll give away free seafood every Friday.
Okay.
So y'all going to draw the name. So I don't know if I put your name or not. If we draw it out. Okay, listen now, I always say now, they're going to get mad at y'all if you don't draw their name. So this is going to be for a $20 gift certificate to Tarpon Dock Seafood. All right, Richard, you draw one. I'll let Jerry draw one. Okay, that name is, who's that winner right there? Steve Saps from Port St. Joe. Steve, you got $20. Run by and I call him, give me your name. All right? Jerry, pick out this big red snapper now right here. The big red snapper. All right? And who's that one?
Ted Gagne.
Ted Gagne. That's his second win of the year.
Second winner.
Yeah. Good job. That's all you're going to get, Ted. So go ahead and make sure you enjoy that one. All right. Lynn Haven and Port St. Joe. We're going to take a break, and we'll be right back. But, guys, thank y'all so much.
Thank you.
And good luck to you. All right, good to see y'all again. Be right back with our famous Friday fishing forecast. All right, welcome to Famous Friday Fishing Forecast, brought to us by Tarpon Dock Seafood. Run by, get some fresh seafood for the weekend, and you will enjoy it. I promise you, it's healthy for you, too. This is September. I always think about our months. I always talk about, we always think about eating oysters in our months, but it also means more than that to me. It means R is in throwing cast net. Okay, I love to throw cast net, and also rowing like in a kayak, and the water temperature is cooling, and you get in a kayak, and also the R month, September and October, is going to be really good. Now, the reports I've gotten this week have been interesting. I wrote some things down. First of all, let's talk about red snapper. I just want to use one word. It's been good. It hasn't been bad. It hasn't been great. It's just been good. It really, honestly, has not been a whole lot of people going out. And the folks going out, I've had a few people been skunked, and most people come back some red snapper. I haven't seen any really big one. I saw one real big one this week, but red snapper's been okay. So this weekend should be even better. It's been stirred up some. The Beta Bridge over here in Lynn Haven. Let's go up to Lynn Haven. The Beta Bridge. I had a fisherman over there. Here we go. Lynn Haven, right here. L-wise, I've noticed all week long, the L-wise have really been active. There are a lot of L-wise, and you've got to remember, they've grown all summer, and they're really juicy bait, and a lot of fish have been feeding on them. So they're catching a lot of Spanish, were caught at they're small Spanish. It's the first year Spanish being caught up at the Beta Bridge, and also down at the jetties, the Spanish have been caught. Let's see. Let's talk about freshwater fishing. The river system, I mentioned this earlier. Again, river system is going to be good. It's going to be excellent the next couple of weeks. I can promise you that. It's really low. Now, they're going to be concentrated in it. Those fly fishermen, they will be doing some fly fishing. And I wasn't joking about the wind blowing a lot of the flies around off the trees and all. So it may be a little bit slower, but it's going to be good. Also wrote down the redfish bite, overall redfish bite. right after the storm, like on Labor Day, Sunday, and then on Monday and Tuesday of this past week, saw some really good catches of redfish, and folks caught them in different places. Some over Crooked Island Sound was good. Also saw some good catches out at the jetties. Now some were large fish. They released them, and also the pier. Pier's had some Spanish, and some kings have been caught off the pier also. Mexico Beach, Port St. Joe, the king bite is really strong still down there. You know, the tournament was the weekend before last, and then had the storm. So this weekend, king mackerel fishing will be good at Port St. Joe and also off Mexico Beach. Choctawhatchee Bay, I'm not filing a report on that. The offshore, the mahi was good this week. Mahi was a good bite on that. Also some tuna were brought in. And of course, they went, you know, pretty deep water for tuna. Let's go down to the T. A good place to fish this weekend, I think, would be going to the T. It's sort of settled down. It's not as muddy. So you put in, you know, you can go 2 or 3 different ways, intercoastal. But the T, this area right in here is going to be some good fishing. Speckled trout fishing has been good. Ladyfish have been strong. Ladyfish in the bay system, and also they've caught a lot off of offshore. I mean, right there near shore. I did run in Tuesday night. We were over at Nick's Seafood over there, right on the other side of Freeport. Ran into Trey Nick over there. We've been over there and done their tournaments and filmed that. And Trey has said the Choctawhatchee River has been doing really good on brim. So keep that in mind. So that's some, you know, all these reports I'm giving you are first-hand reports from people who have fished this week, and that's overall is a pretty good report. It's still a little bit slow. That storm set us back some as far as people getting outdoors, but it's going to kick back up this weekend. So keep all that in mind. So we're going to start. I look on the clock, about time to start wrapping things up. The big thing is just sort of get out and really do some what I call some scouting and just see how the water looks your way and what's going to be going on with that. Okay. All right, thank all. I always want to, you know, tell you how much I appreciate the viewership and the sponsorship. And these guys we had on the show. That's a great idea they have. But what that does, that gives all kind of people an opportunity to win at a bass tournament that are just this elite group. This elite group is really good. But now this opens up to everybody. So check that out, Hog Wild Bass Tour. Right, we want to promote that, and it's going to help a lot of folks out. Have a great weekend. Do something outdoors. Always do something good for your fellow man. And God bless.
Thanks for watching America's only daily outdoor TV show, Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester, featuring hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.